Let's diagram the first three rules or the first three phrase structure rules. S has an NP or a noun phrase and a verb phrase. And the second is that a noun phrase has a determiner plus a noun. And the third phrase structure rule is that a verb phrase can have a verb plus a noun phrase. Okay, so let's diagram these three rules in this sentence. Okay, so we are saying that a sentence has a noun phrase and a verb phrase, and a noun phrase has a determiner and a noun, and then a verb phrase has a verb and a noun phrase. So what we are going to do is that we are going to diagram this sentence, and in order for us to be able to represent to represent the three phrase structure, the first three phrase structure rules. So the first thing in diagramming, sentence diagramming, is labeling of the individual words. So let's label first the individual words. So the is a determiner, and students is a noun, past is a verb, the is a determiner, and test is a noun. Okay, so now you have words. So remember that in sentence construction, we deal first with words, then we deal with the phrases until such time that we can create the sentence. Okay, so now you have labeled each word. Let us try to show in this diagram rule number 1, 2, and 3. But let's first go to rule number 2, that a noun phrase has a determiner and a noun. We are saying that determiner and a noun creates a noun phrase. So we found one noun phrase. Then we have second. By the way, when diagramming sentences, you have to start with the subject part. So this is the subject part, and this is the predicate part. So you start dealing or diagramming the subject, and then after that the predicate. And when diagramming, you start labeling from the outside to inside, from the outside to inside. So like for example here, so we start with what is in this part. So we start with just and the. So N plus D creates a noun phrase. So it's true that noun phrase, so this is following the structure. So this represents phrase structure rule number 2. Now phrase structure number 3 is saying that a verb phrase should have a verb plus a noun phrase. So a verb plus, so you don't see a verb here. So we deal with the part that has the verb. So this part here does not have a verb because that's the subject. So a verb phrase is on the predicate side. So verb phrase has a verb plus a noun phrase. So we add here V plus N creates a verb phrase. So this structure here, this subtree here creates your verb phrase, or follows your rule number 2 of phrase structure. Now we are going to show rule number 1. So rule number 1 is saying that S has an NP and a VP. So this is NP plus a VP creates an S, and a VP creates a sentence. So this is a node, class. This is also a node. This is a node. This is a node. You call that a node. Okay, so this sentence here is a diagram of rules number 1. This is rule number 1. S is NP plus a VP. Rule number 2 is NP has determiner and a noun. This is number 2. NP has determiner and a noun. VP has a verb. VP has a verb plus an NP. So this shows the 3 basic phrase structures.